Wednesday. I still sound like a bullfrog. I'm sitting here at the gate right now just waiting on Dad. I'm holding the gate open for him. He's I'm usually the first one to get to the job every morning. I like to be the first one here. I like to be the first one here for a couple reasons. I like to go through and grease everything, fuel the machine up, or machines. Now, granted, this is when I have a work truck too, instead of a Toyota 4Runner I'm driving to work, but I like to be the first one to work. That way I can go over the machine, like I said, check the oil, grease, fuel. I like to have everything ready to go by the time everybody else gets here. I like to do that first thing in the morning. So, I'm just, like I said, I'm holding the gate open for Dad because on the ranch here there's so many gates and everything's got to be shut because I'm here watching the cattle right now. Like I'm just sitting here hanging out watching the cattle. Had some good questions. Had a good question in particularly brought up yesterday by Dan Whiteford. Dan, you had a great question, sir. And you know what Dan asked about the walnut in regards to the bark slipping? Dan said, well, could we cut the tree and leave it there and let it dry, you know, a little bit so the bark wouldn't slip? Actually, yes, we can, Dan. We sure can. And sometimes we will. We'll do things like that. Hold on, getting a call. Let me take this. Okay. Yeah, excuse me. Before I was interrupted by that phone call. That question we got there from Dan about the walnut trees. Yeah, we can cut them and let them kind of lay there a day or two, and the bark won't slip as bad. But we're trying to move a good volume of logs right now. And yeah, we should probably get in there and cut them a little bit ahead of time right now. But on these really good high dollar logs, what we try to do is if the bark's slipping, I won't grapple the butt of the log. I'll grapple the top, and it's usually that's what tears the bark up. That grapple open and closing on them, all that pressure, the squeezing the tips of those tongs. So a lot of times when it's like that, I'll just grab the top of the log and drag it out that way, and we don't have near the bark slippage. And of course, on these lower grade logs, let's hop out and take a look at things. I've already got the skidder started and letting it warm up here. Yeah, I sound awful. I hate it too. Hold on, take you with me here. Get an up close shot of me. But yeah, on these lower grade logs, really the bark slippage is not such a big deal on just your lower grade lumber. Now it still bugs me just because I love for my logs to look good. I mean that's just, I think logs sell better when they look good. So I like to present my logs really well. But like I said, on some of these, like your tops, it's really not such a big deal. I can see the tops of that, the bark's come off, lost a little bark here. See, it's slipping real bad there. And hell, it's even kind of, you know, it's still pretty slick, even sitting here in the sun yesterday and today. So I mean, I don't know, it's something we deal with every year. It is. It's just, there's not a good way around it. But see, and here's a good example of what I'm talking about. I drug this one out by the top. That's got a good butt on it. See, we didn't lose any bark up there on the butt of that. Now we peeled a little off the top, but once again, it's the top log. It's going to be a lower grade lumber category log anyway, so we're not at too big a loss there. But I thought that was a really great question there from Dan. I really did. Well, let's hop in the old Prentice here. I guess let's try to add a few more. We got to get over to the office. That's where we planned on working today, get those finished up. I'd like to really push hard today, tomorrow. Supposed to have a rain day Friday, which I'll probably, Friday's the day. I know I said I'd probably go try to get the truck tonight. And then I was like, well, I'll get it Thursday, but I'm going to try to get it Friday, especially if it rains. And I know there's people like, man, new truck, I can't believe you're not wanting to go get it. It's not that I don't want to go get it, but at the same time,
I'm gonna be driving around a cab and chassis truck if I go get it. I mean, I can't take it to work. It's not gonna have my bed or anything on it. So that'll be this weekend's project with me and Brandon. I'm sure we'll have a ton of videos there, but yeah, I'll probably try to get that truck Friday. My main concern right now is pushing hard to add to the pile here. Try to get all this footage out we can, make some progress here. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. And we'll get to that truck and we'll get everything going with it. Because don't get me wrong, I'm super excited and pumped to have a work truck again. I'll feel like a logger again going to work in a work truck. Because nothing bothers me more than not having a truck with all my tools and accessories and parts and pieces. I mean, it just makes my skin crawl. I hate it. The last month and a half, 2 months, however long it's been horrible. But we'll get it up and going. We'll do it. Time to log. Would you like to see a chunk of wood? That is a chunk of wood. That is a hog. That's a stump. That is a big piece of wood right there. Big piece of wood. I hope the grapple can get high enough to grab that. I don't think it is. Force it up there. Come on. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta force things. Let's see if this old Cummins wants some. Third gear. No, I don't think it does because we're up in the air. Something broke off on it. Let's go now. There we go. You know it's a big piece of wood when this monster don't want to drag it out. She's going. That's a good one right there. Big trees right here, not very many of them, but they're big. We got to get the rest of them bucked up, or the tops bucked up, push the tops together, make a burn pile here. Most of the logs are up there by the fence, but we're going to load them out. So, like, we got 2 more trees or tops to cut up here, then we'll get these other few out. Then we got a little grove over here on the other side of this new little feeding area. You see at the top where those cattle are. We're going to go over there and cut 4 or 5, and that'll probably be all we cut for this sale here. We'll do that, and tomorrow I'd say we'll spend most of tomorrow bucking logs, getting them bucked and getting them ready to go for the sale, because they're calling for rain Friday. Now they call for rain. This was supposed to be another rainy week. Hasn't happened. These weathermen, they're not very reliable. I sure wouldn't put any money on them. I'm not saying I'm wanting it to rain, but it don't make no difference to me right now. I mean, I want to work, but at the same time, I'd sure like to find some more mushrooms too, and that ain't gonna happen if we don't get any more rain. So let's get this one bucked up, cut up. We'll drag them up there to the top, and we'll go get the next ones. And there they are. Treetops piled up nice too. Some pretty big trees in there. Brutes and bruisers. 8 really good trees right there. Now tomorrow, it took a little longer to do cleanup, but you can see the skidder there on the other side of them cattle. Everything up that little draw right there. I don't know how many there is, a dozen maybe. You can see them out there standing on the hillsides. We're gonna get them tomorrow. Shouldn't take too long. I hope with cutting them and cleanup we can have it done by noon. And then tomorrow afternoon, me and Dad will probably buck logs. We've got a lot of logs to get bucked up, get them ready to go, clean up and bucked up. So as of now, that's the plan. As well as anybody knows, plans don't always go as you plan, but we'll just see what tomorrow brings, and hopefully we can get all that wrapped up and be ready for the sale Monday. Like I said, I'm hoping with everything that's out, I'm wanting 35 to 40,000 feet is what I'm hoping for. So, gosh dang sawdust. So, big, blah, can't even, allergies, sound like a bullfrog, can't even talk. Be a pretty good sale. It'll be a pretty good sale Monday. So, guys, as always, thanks a lot for following. Thanks a lot for watching, commenting. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, like, share, follow, comment. Can't thank you guys